do people react when they see you and Demetrius together?
Well, when I first had Demetrius, they looked down on me and I felt under pressure. Because I looked younger than my age, people used to say I looked about 16, and because of the area I was living in, I found that everybody looked down on me because I was quite young. They felt I was irresponsible.
No, I think it's very difficult to bring babies at all, but in your own, I think it's almost impossible.
It's hard.
Are you single young parent?
Yeah. There's just people trying to get by, you know. They don't necessarily choose to be single. I mean, I'm married now, but I was a single young parent. But, you know, they're just normal people.
I think they're fantastic. Extremely hard work. A very difficult, conscious decision to bring up a child on her own or his own.
I mean, if I'd listened to people, I wouldn't have gone through university, through college. I would have just been, you know, probably still on benefit.
We don't have Demetrius's father here today, but I'd like to ask you, Francis, what role does he have in your lives?
He doesn't have a role at the moment. That's because of my choice, really. He's not a very good father.
And you thought it best that he's not around?
Well, I haven't completely made that option on my own. It's like both sides, really.
It's best if a child has a father and a mother. It's not always possible, and that's how you need other support.
As a family, they've got to group together and sort of be each other's strengths.
It would be better to have family and friends around you, mother, father, grandmothers, uncles, whatever. It's much easier. On your own, it's very difficult.
Get friends who have kids already. Ask them what it's like. There's a lot of charities in London, the FSG Family Support Group. So a lot of people will help you.
You said you'd catch me if I ever fall, but you're so far away. How would you know the deepest, sincerest feelings I'll ever know? Can't believe you're on your way home.
Is Demetrius important to him?
I would say no, not enough.
I think it's quite good to have a bit of masculine influence around, but I mean, men generally walk out, so.
Because I won't be with him, he doesn't really want to have Demetrius around and take responsibility for Demetrius.
Well, I hope if situation will be like this, I think I will manage, but I would be very, very stressed.
I think a lot of us men just don't know how to stick in a relationship. And the first sign of a woman getting pregnant, a lot of men I know have just left. So the first sign of hardship, and it's really difficult having a kid. It's difficult being three in a family.
I think they like children or women. I mean, for what they like lager and football and, screwing prostitutes. They're not family orientated. Nor am I. I like this. Sorry, go on.
I'm strong enough to bring up Demetrius on my own, and hopefully that void won't be so big for him to grow up with a problem.
Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't want to have children or a kid and not be around, if you understand. Do you know what I mean? That's why I don't have no children now. I'd be married and then have children.
Is that because of what you've experienced and what you've gone through?
Well, basically, personally for me, it's a case of I think I've got a lot to offer, people and my own children. I have a lot to offer them, so I wouldn't want to have them and then run off. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'll be doing them a disservice.
How did you react?
I wanted to leave.
Really?
Straight away, yeah.
And what made you stay?
Because I had done something to start a baby, and I have a lot of responsibility in myself. And even though there was a big urge to run away and to stay a boy, I stuck with it.
And are you glad with the decision you made?
Yes, best decision I've ever made in my life.
What if you had a daughter come up to you and tell you, this is the situation, I'm going to become a single parent?
Yeah.
How would you react?
Well, I'd say let me, have his ghoulies, really. He should stick by you. And I'd get really annoyed about that. But she wants to be a single mother, it's fine. I just like what if you had a child and she did this terrible thing of being a single mother? I mean, each to his own, I'd say.
I hope I'd react calmly and say that it'll be all right. And this thing happens all around the world. And we can deal with it.
To get on with it, because I done it, do you know what I mean? But I support them all the way, really.
I would just say, you've thought about the decision. It's a good decision. You want to keep the child or adopt it? Because I'm not a believer in abortion anyway. If she made the decision to keep the child without a partner, I'd support her.
Well, if it happens, it's not the end of the world. We have to still continue, and I think we will enjoy our grandchildren just as much.
What are the great things that happened in your life as being a young mother?
Wow, I think one of the greatest moments for me was when he was born. I was over the moon, and he was healthy, and there was nothing wrong with him. That was one of the most important things.
What future do you see for your son? What would you like for him?
I would like him to be successful, obviously. I don't mind what field he gets into, just as long as he's successful.
To finish school and get a good education and a good job. Or maybe go to university. You gotta do what I did. I left at 14, so.
Looking after kids is really hard work. And a lot of parents, single parents, do a fantastic job with not much help. And I really admire them.
What you wanna know is down to me. My eyes are wide open. I don't need this. What you gonna do? I don't need this. My eyes are
When I decide to come down here,
Spiders
I don't come and get them, but
There's a spider.
I bring them down.
There's a spider.
When people see you with your children, do you
There's a
feel
spider.
like they're looking at you?
There's
Do you
a
feel like
spider.
there's any pressure?
Look, there's a spider.
Sometimes.
There's a spider.
Oh,
Just kidding. Thank you, mate.
There's a spider there.